Good afternoon, everybody. Hoping everybody's having a good day, enjoying life, living life, loving life. I'm coming today because my brother Keith Little asked me to do a short video on principle of the day in regards to that person that we carry around with us, that corporate entity. And so I'll introduce myself. I too am Keith Little. And this is a unique opportunity for me to express that corporate entity in relations to the name. Because as I said, this is going out to Keith Little for his videos Principle of the Day. And I too, as I've stated, am named Keith Little. So let's talk about that name and the corporate entity in our heavenly calling. And I'm going to try to put it real short and simple. It'll only take a couple minutes here, I hope. When we think about that inner being, that person, that spirituality, no matter what we do in life in the physical sense, it is always going to come out. It is always going to be ever present. Whether we recognize it or not is a big fallacy on our part. If we don't recognize the person within us, then how can we extend from our physical being the operation of that person? How can we show our true inner being without recognizing it? Well, and like I said, if we don't recognize it, that true inner being is going to come out, and it's going to come out in ways that are not good. And this is where people think of good and evil. And that's not what I interpreted it as. I think it has good effects and bad effects. And when we think about this internal person in regards to our heavenly calling, we have to realize that we have the Holy Trinity, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. The Father is not the Son. The Son is not the Holy Ghost. And the Holy Ghost is not the Father. And so the way I look at it in reference to my own life is I've got a spiritual presence that comes from the Father, and I am truly the Christ in Eucharist, in body, blood, and body, and I operate that way. And the person inside is the Holy Ghost. So according to the way I operate, this physical presence will determine whether that person inside is good or bad. And that is done by the effects. And this is why I hope people will realize that person internally and recognize him in every instance of their interactions with other people, whether it be private or public. If you're in the public venue and you know it's a commercial setup, then you can still operate that person in a good manner. Commerce doesn't have to be bad, it doesn't have to be evil, and we can use it to the good extent. And that's what the importance of that, recognizing that internal person. As man, he named them Adam. And just that one statement alone tells us that there is an internal duality, and that's that matriarch-patriarch. If we take that duality and we extend it to our physical appearance, as a man, I prefer you call me brother, not sister. Or even Keith. I still prefer brother. As a woman, most women don't want us to call them brothers. They prefer to call them their name or their feminine aspect, woman, sister, things like that. And that is the spiritual sense that we have to carry with us in every instance. And it's only when we get into the commercial construct that we really need to bring the name out. Otherwise, I don't really know my name. That's just a name another man gave me. His name for me, I don't know. I will hear it when he calls me. So, Brother Keith, when you hear somebody call out Keith Little, know that it may not be you that they're calling. It may be myself. They may be calling another Keith Little. It is only when we hear the true calling of our Father in heaven that we should respond. If it's not called in his name, then who's calling it? Are they calling us names? Are they calling the person within us? So think about this stuff, people, and realize the person isn't the bad element. It's the effects after we use that person, after we put that person to use. Because in our physical presence, we act upon our internal mechanisms. And the person is merely that shadow within us. That's all. If we provide that shadow in an enlightening way, it can be enlightening. If we do it in a dark matter, it sinks us into the shadows. So think about that and walk in the light of day and know that there's a shadow there. In the meantime, remember, folks, if it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be doing this. God bless. Have a great day.